The H-1B visa is changing. I have some breaking news for you. The White House has just approved the proposal to change the H-1B into a wage-based system. If you remember, I've previously talked about this on my channel. Now, in order to get the H-1B, you will need a salary of $130,000, $150,000 almost, which is insane. But what it's really saying is that now it's not a lottery. Now, to get the H-1B, you need to be making a high amount of money, maybe even higher than what Americans are making to be able to get the H-1B. Is this rule finalized? Almost. Now what's going to happen is that the DHS will actually publish it in a public register. They will mention all the details of this rule and how upcoming selections will happen and how the people who already have the H-1B may also be impacted by it. Then there's going to be a public comment period of 30 to 60 days in which, comments can be made. It basically allows stakeholders to provide feedback. Sometimes there are lawsuits, there are delays, but at the end of the day, in 2026, or even after all the lawsuits in 2027, max to max, this is going to happen. Now, here's what you need to know. If you are someone who's a professional, who's had experience in the industry for 5-10 years, you may be fine, you may be protected, and this may make the H-1B more predictable for you. If your employer can file for you and they're giving you a good salary, you'll be able to get the H-1B and you can start looking into pathways like the EB-1 for a green card, which would make sense. However, if you are someone who is an international student just now or recent graduate, don't really have a lot of experience, you're probably not making anywhere close to 150K, then this seems to be a little bit bad for you. You know why? Because employers will stop sponsoring for H-1B when they know that this salary range won't meet the requirements. That means during your OPT, STEM OPT, you might not even get one attempt at the H-1B unless you have a high enough salary. But what I feel now is that this is the time for a change. The F1 to H-1B pipeline that used to be there and students used to go from here to here, this is starting to break. You need to now focus on visas like the O1. Now, the O1 does not have any minimum salary limits. That's the beauty of it. Yes, if you have a high salary, you get bonus points for it, but you don't need a high salary. With just a couple of other things on your profile, which you might already have on your profile, by the way, you might be eligible for the O1. Your employer can sponsor you. They don't need to have a high enough salary. And I think more and more startups and small companies, and even I think the big techs will start moving towards this visa because it is talent-based and it understands that you should be able to stay in the country even if you don't have a high enough salary. You know why? Because the industry needs all kinds of people. Yes, you need the CEOs and the top paid people, but you also need the junior executives who just start off with their career to make the country great. As an international student, you're not expected to be paid 150K in your first job. So how does the employer retain you when they want to pay you 100K salary? Well, they focus on something called as the O1. And it's your job to make sure that you are eligible in advance. So you make sure you start preparing for it. For one time only, I'm giving you a free eligibility check right now on your screen. All you need to do is to take a look at the description. You'll find a link over there to get a free evaluation. You will have to send your resume or LinkedIn, but I will evaluate your profile for free. You'll find my WhatsApp number there. You just send me your resume or LinkedIn on that WhatsApp, or by clicking the link you send it to me. I will do the evaluation for you for absolutely free. But it is your job to make sure that you are eligible and not your employers. Your employer can sponsor you, but they can't make you eligible. But for the employer and for you, the O1 will be much cheaper than the H-1B from now on. So my request to you is to focus on merit. So this is the new rule. We don't know the details of it, but I'll keep you updated on this channel. Make sure you subscribe if you are interested in more such information. I also have an Instagram page where I will keep you alerted of the updates on this case. And thank you so much for coming in. By the way, bonus for you. You sign up on YMGrad.com, you will get the free cheat sheet on the O1 visa, so you can already start preparing by yourself. I hope to see you in the next one.